I'm Tim, founder and CEO of Open Energy. Waiting for slides. Meanwhile, actually, yesterday I was in Italy, and even if I don't look like it, actually I'm Italian. And yeah, I'm here to talk about the DeepSeek moment for the EV charging infrastructure. So, how many of you knows DeepSeek? Have you heard? Yeah, it was a big moment in AI. Yeah, so very low cost, great efficiency. So basically, we were at the CNBC Converge Live in Singapore. There were speakers like Ray Dalio. Do you know Ray Dalio? Yeah, pretty famous economist. Yeah. Um, Mark Benioff from Salesforce. Yeah. And we were all discussing about the DeepSeek moment in different industries. So when we started to talk about what we are doing, they said, "Oh, this looks like the DeepSeek moment for the EV charging infrastructure." So yeah, and what we are doing actually got recognitions from different stakeholders such as media, energy, mobility companies, and we also recently won the what we call the Squid Games of tech startups in Korea, organized by the government. And also in Italy, yesterday, actually, we just won another competition. So very happy. Yeah. So I'm here to bring bad news and good news. So bad news, this is what we call the fire. Actually, this is happening almost everywhere in Europe, in Asia. Yeah. It's a problem. Yeah. And yeah, usually it's due to bad chemistry, also combined with fast charging, not that good. And the other problem, we call it the waiting, actually the infinite waiting. If you see from this video, you will see some vehicle queuing. This is a fast charging station. This is not a third world country. This is actually California. And this is a Tesla fast charging station. And actually, this is the back. The entrance is still far away. So try to guess how many vehicles are queuing at this station. Try to guess. 100. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot. But yeah, actually 53. 53, we counted each of them. Yeah. Imagine being the last. And in front of you, let's say, wait 15 minutes. Actually, it's more than 15 minutes usually. Yeah. But you basically spend half day just to have a little bit of energy. Mm. So this is a next. Yeah. This is a problem, and this is another problem. Even if you have a lot of charging stations, normal and fast charging, like in China, people are literally getting physical. Yeah, it's a pretty big chaotic. Yeah, so especially taxi drivers, sometimes they're not very well mannered. Yeah, sometimes these things happen. And also private users buying Teslas. So this is the story of a Finnish guy that bought a Tesla and then found out that he needs to replace the battery. And instead, he decided to, because it was so expensive, like more than 30,000 euro. So he decided to do a viral video and put dynamites and just let it explode. In the end, he got more money with this viral video. Yeah, that's an interesting choice. Yeah. So these are all problems related to mostly private users, right? But if you go to if you think about Uber, Ola, Flipkart, Amazon, India, these problems like multiply, right? So so if you have a small fleet, you will lose like 50,000 hours every day charging it slowly. And if you have a larger fleet, you have a crazy amount of hours, like 500,000 hours daily that you lose because you are just plugged to the charging station. And when you're plugged, you cannot move the vehicle. So you cannot move billions of people and billions of goods. So this is a major opportunity. So in India, for example, other advanced countries, there are very rigid agendas and objectives. So if we can crack this, actually this will involve millions of EVs. And if we can crack this, it's going to be extremely profitable. Yeah. Yeah. So recently, quite recently, BYD announced the ultra fast charging, which is amazing, actually. It's very interesting technology. But the question is, can a country like India afford this? Can our own grid, India and other countries, can we afford this ultra fast charging simultaneously, 1,000 kilowatts, and millions of EVs at the same time? Usually not. In fact, for example, recently also we have problems in Europe, in Spain, for example, for the grid. And also we talk. This is before the announcement from BYD. We've been talking to governments, energy companies, different stakeholders, and this is actually a screenshot from a WhatsApp chat that we had. Actually, this company said we I cannot say which country, but they say we cannot afford this. Okay, we cannot afford to have this ultra fast charging. Next. So the question is this a revolution or a ticking bomb? So bad chemistry catching fire, bad chemistry combined with ultra fast charging, it can accelerate or increase the percentage of catching fire problems. We have to consider that this is leading to a very high battery degradation, and using synchronously or charging all these vehicles at the same time, it basically can bring to a grid collapse. What if I tell you that there's actually a solution? So if we use this simple chart, you see in the top, your left corner, top left, you have a level 1. Then we have level 2, level 3, and you see the more we go with the speed, the more we have high degradation. So the BYD ultra fast charging is something that is literally off the charts. Okay, so we need something. That is the sweet spot is in the top right corner, which is EV battery swap. Yeah, and which is very fast and very low degradation. Okay, so first, battery swap is very good because it's extremely sustainable. The fact that we have the luxury to detach the battery from the vehicle means that we can tweak the temperature and then we can charge it at the right speed. You can think of simply as the lab condition or perfect condition. So we can extend the lifespan of the battery up to 3 times longer. Okay, it's like having 3 batteries instead of 1, and the battery is very expensive. Usually, it impacts 30 or 40%. Yeah, and also it's the safest. Actually, for example, with our technology, we do every time we take the battery, we do a health check. Okay, we check at the cell level if the battery is okay. It's like going to the doctor every time, and AI is really good at pattern recognition. So if the battery goes, let's say, outside the safe patterns, then we can flag the battery and say, this will catch fire, might catch fire in 1 month or 2. And it's very fast. Actually, in our case, we replace a huge battery of a van or a bus or a taxi in 2 minutes and a half. So basically, it's like 2 times faster than filling the gas tank. Yeah. And several times faster than fast charging and ultra fast charging. And this is something amazing because especially in countries where we have a weak grid, okay, not very advanced, we don't have nuclear and stuff like that. Basically, we can avoid using medium voltage or high voltage substations. In Italy, actually, we have some competitors that are trying to install their battery swap system, and they require the high or medium voltage. They need to wait about 1 year before they can get all the permits, 30 documents. Yeah, so it's very bad. So basically, it should be more. We should more focus on intelligence over hype. Next, and battery swap actually it is already supported and pushed by large governments, fleets, EV manufacturers, medias as well, and now recently also energy companies and battery companies. Yeah. So is it too good to be true? Apparently, it's safe, fast. You can use it as a storage, can help the grid. But we have two problems. Yeah. So these are two S's. Can you guess the sustainability, safety? Yeah, yeah. One is a little bit tricky. The sustainability, perfect. Okay. Standardization, yes, 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 yeah. Actually, these are all problems, yeah. But the reality is, the first S is about the dollar sign is a bit tricky, yeah. It's about costs. Okay, this battery swap stations, actually, we have competitors that cost over $1 million, so that's pretty expensive. And then standardization. Okay, so our most of the EV battery swap, actually, all of them can only swap one battery. So you cannot, if you have a small or large vehicle, that's a big problem. So next, okay. So these two problems, these two S, usually are deal breakers. Okay, I don't know if you play Monopoly deals, amazing game, but yeah, these are two bad things that really kills you. Yeah. So money, dollars. So we have companies that the cost is they're proposing their solutions at least 500,000 and north over 1 million. Yeah. Next. Uh, next and next. Next. Yeah. So basically, imagine having three type of vehicles, like a three-wheeler, a taxi, and a van. These are three batteries. Our competitors basically said, okay, you need to triple the cost of infrastructure because you have three batteries. Yeah. So this is a huge problem. And these are some of our competitors, Ample in the US and Alton in China. They're already unicorns. They raise hundreds of millions. They're backed by large energy companies and funds. And we are the new kids on the block. Yeah. And we are getting great support. Next. Yeah. Despite these companies raise hundreds of millions and have huge teams, actually they're lagging behind. For example, some of our competitors are using screws to lock and unlock the battery. And to be honest, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to imagine like Ola, Amazon, swapping the battery because they drive a lot of kilometers, maybe 20 hours, 24 hours even. Basically, they need to swap about 1,000 times a year. So locking, unlocking, locking, unlocking 1,000 times. Basically, normal wear and tears on the screws. Yeah. And in fact, they are not only lagging behind in tech, but they are also losing their battery while driving. So imagine this car, this is a taxi, and suddenly lose control because you lose the battery. And by the way, there's a bus, the orange thing there. You might hit the bus and you involve other people. Let's say that you are driving behind this car and suddenly you see the battery, you can hit the battery, and the battery is also can catch fire. Yeah. And that's a huge problem. Yeah. We need to avoid that, basically. Next. Yeah. So, yeah. So I was with, do you use ChatGPT here? Do you know ChatGPT? Yeah, pretty famous. Okay. So I was so lucky to have Sam Altman to be my mentor. Yeah. So I was at his no, home in San Francisco. And yeah. So I was telling him about, we want to solve this problem. I was thinking about this percentage. And he said, if you're thinking about percentage, don't even bother. You should think about X. You should replace the percentage with an X, which means times. Okay. So I said, okay, that's not easy. Yeah. So we managed to do that next as well. So our competitors, they say is minimum 500. And we managed to lower the cost to 6 times less. Okay. Because we have in mind that this should not be a premium technology just for very expensive and luxurious places. Actually, we want to give this technology to everyone, even in emerging countries. And by the way, we're getting a lot of interest here in India, so very happy. Next. Yeah. So in a nutshell, you see the price is, that's why they call us the DeepSeek of EV infrastructure, because the the cost of the station is 6 times less, but also we support multiple standards. So you don't need to triple the cost of infrastructure. And we solve all the major problems that our competitors are still facing. Yeah. For example, the lock and unlock, we use technologies evolved from aerospace and Formula One. Yeah. Et cetera, et cetera. Next. Yeah. So yeah, basically this is a simple representation of how it works. It looks like a car wash, but instead of washing the car, you have a robot powered by AI that takes your battery and replace it in 2 minutes and a half, very fast. And also we use AI. We use AI to talk constantly to the grid, because we need to understand when is the right moment, to charge. If everybody are using AC and charging Teslas, that's not a good moment to charge. Yeah. Yeah. And obviously, as we said, we can support multiple standards, and it's easily adaptable to 80% of existing EVs. Next. Yeah. This is the new design, by the way. We recently announced we work with Korean companies to do that. Yeah. Another view. And talking about sustainability, leaders at the World Economic Forum, they gathered and said, we always talk about recycling, but recycling is not the first solution. Actually, it's the last. First, we need to keep in use longer the first life as much as we can. Otherwise, we destroy the planet. Then we need to find a way to use this product as a second life. Okay, extend as much as we can as well. And then as a third last step is recycling. So this is exactly what we do with the batteries. Next. Yeah. So basically, fast charging is destroying the batteries. Battery swap is actually the opposite. Yeah. So maximum first life 3 times longer, and we can use the batteries immediately as a ESS, energy storage system, because with fast charging, the charging and degradation is not even. So when you take a battery that is highly degraded from fast charging, you need to dismantle it. You need to take each cell. You need to check each cell and see, okay, this is 70%, this is 50, this is 40. You need to group them together and then repack them together and make a battery for the second life. So you see all these steps, they're very expensive. So usually it's too expensive that people just don't do it, And then recycling. Yeah. Okay, and then we don't use the grid at the same time. It's called energy orchestration powered by AI. You cannot do this with an Excel. You need AI because the grid is constantly changing. You need to adapt and constantly communicate. Yeah. So instead of generating peaks like fast charging, we are shaving these peaks. Yeah. Next. So step 1 is to do the most affordable and reliable battery swap. The second step is to leverage these batteries inside the station as energy storage. Okay. So basically we can harvest the energy when less people are using this, when maybe we're sleeping, we can charge a lot less people using AC, let's say. Yeah. And then we can harvest this huge amount of energy when it's cheaper, and then give to Amazon, Ola when they need to drive, and then eventually give it back to the grid. And it's a constant energy arbitrage. It's helping the grid, and it's also printing money at the same time. And we have great partners. We just signed recently an MOU with one of the global leaders in energy storage. Apparently, excluding China, they have 30% of the global market. Next. Also, we have interest from car companies. Actually, we are working, this is one of the divisions. We are combining advanced solar panels on the vehicle and on the stations as well. So just this vehicle that you can see here is a Ioniq 5. In a country like India, you can get about 25 kilometers from the sun on the vehicle. You combine it with the station, it's a lot of kilometers, and then Just on the vehicle, you can have the return on investment in about 2 years. So it's pretty amazing. Next. And our technology is future proof because, yeah, today we have vehicles, electric vehicles with a driver, but tomorrow we actually are pushing driverless. So the point is, you don't have a driver, you don't have a human on the steering wheel, okay? And who's gonna plug the cable? So we have autonomous driving, but we also need autonomous energy, okay? So Hyundai, yeah, made a private event to discuss about this. So there were companies related to wireless charging, uh, robots with a huge battery that comes next to the vehicle and try to plug stuff like this. But in the end, let's say the efficiency is not very good and the degradation and cost very high. So in the end, let's say battery swap seems the most affordable and perfect solution also for autonomous driving. So that's why we are future proof. Yeah. Yeah. So this is my LinkedIn. You can scan this QR code or you can come and talk to me. Okay. Yeah. So we are Open Energy. We got recognized by several stakeholders. We won, our technology won some competition in Asia, Korea, and yesterday in Italy, Europe. Yeah. So if you want to know more, come talk to me. Yeah. Thank you.